entertainment, culture, lifestyle, and everything going on from around the southeastern part of Nigeria. Broadcasting live from the cool city of Enugu State, Obodifeneme, on DSTV 254 and GoTV 17. My name is Divine Onoha, and I'm your host for today. As always on the weekend show, we have a lot lined up for you, from our newspaper review to our trips around the region and our interesting conversations I'm going to be saving for later. Of course, we're going to talk about it. And of course, our trip to the gym, we're going to be working out and doing a lot more here on the weekend show. But before we delve into all of that, we'll take the news update with Ogochukwu Osai.
We begin the news updates in Abia State, where the Abia State government has announced plans to transform the intended new government house at Oburube layout in Umuahia into a five-star hotel. Moving on to Abuja, where President Bola Tinubu has said Nigeria is open to strategic partnerships and has welcomed new investment initiatives from Qatar, especially in agriculture. Still in Abuja, the federal government is working on plans to safely and respectfully repatriate 15,000 Nigerians stranded in countries like Cameroon, Niger, and Chad. And moving on to the foreign scene, reports say Brazil is in talks with China to build a railway connecting the Chinese-built mega Changi in Peru to Brazilian regions. Planning Minister Simeon Tebet said this on Friday. And lastly, from the world of sports, Rangers technical advisor Fidelis Ilechukwu has extended his contract with the club by 1 year, keeping him in charge until the end of 2025-2026 season. And that's the much we can take on the news this morning. Do well to stay with us for the rest of the program. I am Ogochukwu Osai.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Join us on Gyno Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254, and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breast size. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did single. For real.
You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do for it. Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
welcome back. It is the AM Weekend Show. My name is Divine Onoha, and I'm not alone today. I'm here with my amazing co-host, Black Beauty, Ebony Queen, Ogochukwu Osai.
Good morning.
How you doing? Good morning.
Fine.
I like your eyes.
Thank you very much.
I mean, you know, you dislike makeup. I'm going to expose you here. You dislike makeup so much, but anytime you apply them, no matter how little, it's so, what's it called now? What's the word? I lack words.
Okay, so the thing is, I do not actually dislike makeup.
There's nothing you can say, oh, I will expose you here.
I don't really feel comfortable wearing it like often. I feel like it should be attached to an occasion or something.
Occasion being here,
that's
it's where we are today. After so much fighting upstairs. That's what I'll be doing. I'll just be reporting you anytime we come on air. I'll report. I'll be telling everybody what you do here and behind the scenes.
Like everybody, how many things do I do?
Please, don't get me started. But you look good though.
Thank you so much.
So good to have you on set. How's your week?
It was okay. It's been a busy week for me, right from last weekend, from our last show.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
Booked up, you're making money. Oh. It's not by all this things.
Yeah, so our next
Are you making money?
Grateful.
Are you not giving me updates? Hey! Let's really talk about making money now. What is that business that you think one can get into right now and it will be lucrative, that someone can do and be getting money?
I feel like every skill can pay you, but depending on the time.
And the one that we are sure of, that can pay?
There's no one that you're completely sure that if you start today, you start making money. It depends on you, your environment as well. Let me say, if you're in a student side, maybe a school side, you can start maybe fries, something that children like or students can get close to, that's actually one business that you can start and make money from.
Okay,
and if
food
you're
business.
not food business to an extent, but if you're not close to students and you're doing it, maybe you cannot be able to get. Maybe if you're in a work environment and you're doing something like frying chips, to an extent you might not be able to make money from
When you
that.
say chips, what are you referring to?
I mean,
exactly?
like, let's say plantain chips, potato chips, just simple fries that people can get along with, you understand? So I feel like it depends on your environment, one, and your exposure to an extent. So even if you're going to look for a side hustle, it should be something close to what you're already doing, or something that you can easily find, get along easily. So
As you were saying this thing, I was just reminiscing. I remember back then, when I was still looking for admission, thank God we're going to talk about JAMB. When I was still looking for admission, there was need for me to work. Yeah, the family, I don't like to just stay and, especially when I need something, there's no one to ask. So there was this need to work. And then I had some horrible experiences with work too. There was this person I worked with, and the major jobs available for you at the time, if you've not entered school, is sales girl, office assistant, personal assistant, cashier, and all of that. Personally, I didn't like, office assistant, cashier, even personal assistant. I'm not such a big fan. So I wanted something, because I'm very crafty. Like I use my hands a lot. I do a lot of things with my hand. So I always preferred something that would enable me express. I'm a creative person. I like my mind to be working. I like my hands to be working. So I had to work in a makeup studio at some point, and the experience was horrible. I worked as a hairdresser at some point. I mean, I benefited from all of them, but there weren't things I wanted to continue with because of the kind of challenges I met. I faced hairdressing and all. The only one that stuck was the baking. The only one that lasted.
Working for you up until
I mean, up until today. But it now reminds me, there was this time I was telling my father, I was so frustrated. Admission wasn't coming. This wasn't working. That wasn't working. So I went to meet my dad and I said, "See, Daddy, I want to start frying akara and yam." I meant every word. I don't know about now, but at the time, that was something that if you spoke about, it's somewhat shameful. It's something that a lot of people wouldn't want to associate with. They play.
Now we
in
do
this
packaging
economy.
things, so you might actually take it a little bit higher by your packaging.
Right, by your packaging. I had such massive dream for it. I imagine they'll build this small kiosk
for you.
And and then I'll just be in there frying my stuff. And I looked around my area. I noticed that nobody was doing that thing. It's only in the morning, for people that want to take pap and akara in the morning. But anything after that morning, you cannot find it. If you are hungry, you will die in hunger. So I said, "Daddy, what do you think?" Father was skeptical for many reasons. Now, he is the one who has taught us to be, audacious about the things we do. Don't be scared, don't be ashamed, and all of that. But for some reason, he rejected the idea. I feel like he felt bad that I had to go that far in my thinking. I don't know for sure, but he said, "Okay, let's just watch and see." That he'll give me a response soon. And for some reason,
we never came.
Yeah, I think we forgot about it. I kind of died the idea, I killed the idea in my heart, but I still think about it now, and it still feels like such a cool business to do. What do you think?
And you're already in the line of cooking. So
I'm already cooking.
Like, integrate and you can do better.
And just have my kiosk somewhere. But you're laughing. I don't believe you. You're not encouraging me.
Wow. No. I do. Sure, I bought akara this morning.
It's true. You're tormenting me with akara.
I could have ordered from you if you start. So please start.
Okay, but now that we're talking about it, I'm just saying this out there to anybody who wants to do something. Don't be ashamed of your hustle, really. Sure. Don't be ashamed of anything that brings food to your table. Of course, if it's legitimate, of course, if you're not stealing from anybody, you're not doing the wrong things, then go out there and really push. It will amaze you that these are the businesses that really bring money. These are, see, we're giving you updates. Before people say we're not dropping updates. These are businesses that you're sure people will patronize. Food.
Definitely.
Food business. If you don't get anything from this show today, we're giving you.
Look around. I think another problem is people look so far. You want something very fast. Start from what is around you, start with what you have, and from there you can move on. My first job, because my parents were not really interested in me going to look for a job or something. My mom was interested you're done with your work, write your jam, go into school, understand? So, but within that period of time, I knew I didn't want just to sit at home. I wanted to do something different. So there was this gas station, cooking gas station, not too far from my house. I wrote my CV and everything, just using my mom's shop as my experience. I did it. My mom did not know.
Okay.
I did that. I went for the first interview. I went for the second one. I got the job even before my parents knew about it. So I feel like you should just pay attention to the things that are around you. Start with what you have. You can save from there and now go into
what you want to do.
Yeah.
I think I totally agree with you. Look around you. What do you think your environment needs? What services, what products do you think you can make available for people to patronize, you know? And if you're able to do that, I strongly believe that in as much as we have our dreams, we have our passions, the economy is not one that you just keep your mind on one thing, on that thing you want to do, whether it's relevant to your environment or not, you will starve. So it's better you start, even if you mean starting with something you don't really like, so long as it will provide you
and
the money you
the
require.
environment thing, it builds your character. It builds you as well. If you're able to start from something as small or anything you can place your hand in, it helps shape you, it helps develop you for that big dreams. You cannot just, assuming now, I have a dream of working in Microsoft and I've never worked in any work environment. How will I be able to manage being there, you understand? So you need to start from where you are, build your character so that you can learn how to enter into any room, you know, because you've been in some rooms from time to time, so you can be able to handle any room as it comes. But if you're just falling out from somewhere and because you think you have a dream, even when that opportunity comes, you cannot be able to handle it because you don't have any prior experience. So it's important.
That thing you said about character is so profound. And for Christians out there, in case, because sometimes when we're talking like this, you're wondering, what are we, who is giving us the courage to, you know, some people, if you don't give them a religious backing to what you're saying or a political or something like that, they don't really say, who is this? Bible says, whatever thy hands findeth to do, and it didn't say you must like it. Whatever your hand has found to, anything at all your hand has found to do it well. Do it, just ensure you're doing it well. You never can tell where it's going to lead you. And on that note, we're wrapping up. Okay, we're not wrapping up the segments. Let's just go into this jam thing a little because I mentioned it earlier, and you know, this whole story got me thinking about my jam days. And recently online, we're seeing that there's been mass failure. We're seeing that more than half of the candidates that applied got below 160 to 190. Below. I mean, it is more than half. More than half of the candidates. So we're seeing other people online saying 200 is not a very bad score, 200 is a bad score. There's been a lot of debates going on. At the time, when I was still writing, 200 was not such a bad score, even though by the time you check it, 200 over 400, that's 50%. That's like a C.
Depending on the course you want to study.
I don't know why JAMB has done it this way. That you said depending on the course?
On the course you want to study. If you want to do medical courses, 200 is a very bad
like
you're
score.
flat. You don't have any hope.
It's terrible because at the time when we're still writing, if you write and you score like 200 or 216 or 270, the way you will kneel down and thank the Lord, because it looks like I don't know why, whether to say the standard was just too high, because it was considered a pass mark. It was considered something that can get you something. But if you're weighing it, you're checking it, this is over 400. That's a C, narrow escape C, for that matter. And then when you now talk about the courses, even if the cutoff is 180, even if the cutoff is 190, or even 200, they will not leave people who scored 320, 270, 280. It's just so terrible. But let's focus on this particular post. This guy said, "Dear JAMB, something is seriously wrong with the recent released UTME results. These scores do not reflect the abilities, effort, or track record of our student, Ebaze Victoria. Ebaze Victoria scored 295 in last year's UTME, and now she's being told she scored 132 and many others." I can so relate to this story. So he's now saying that these are not just numbers. These are brilliant students who have consistently performed well. The effort, preparation, and excellence they've shown can't be dismissed this easily. This is confusing, disheartening, and quite frankly, unacceptable. So, you know, it's like asking, why is this so? I think I experienced that before. My first few scores were amazing, and then one that I wrote, they just gave me, was it 170 or something that I did not, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I was so pained that period. So I can relate to this story. And now he posted this thing online. People are commenting, and someone is saying that, no, that she relented.
Relented to the point that she came down from 290 down to 180
to 132.
132.
132.
No. I don't think that. I don't think. And it's not like.
I said, let me open it up to you. Do you think he's actually relenting, or what? You know?
Okay, I'm going to speak from my experience. I actually wrote JAMB for good times. I was so stubborn at that particular time. I wanted a particular course and a particular scope. So all the advice I was getting, change course, start from here, it wasn't me. It had to be that particular course and that particular scope. Unfortunately, so many things happened.
Nigeria selected your destiny
for me. But I think this part I've been on is actually nice.
Rewarding.
But away from that, so my first JAMB, I wrote my first JAMB. And because of the course I wanted to study, 200 is not, like, you're not aiming to, even 250, you're not aiming 250. 250 is not a score to like place you in a place to now say
an advantageous position.
Yes. So I wrote my first JAMB. My score was around, I think, I can't remember, around that 256. I knew I had to read more for my UTME, which is for the, which one is UTME? Screening.
JAMB, yeah.
So for the post-UTME for the university. I knew I had to read more so that I can be able to come to that score, which will give me a chance to get admission. So I wrote JAMB for 4 good times, and in that 4 good times, my scores were around in the same range of 250 to 270. So there's no way you will tell me that somebody relented, unless they had a break. Maybe they wrote JAMB this year and they took like 2 years later to write another, before they write another JAMB. So that would be the problem. Maybe they had other things that they went on to do that distracted them from studying. But if you wrote JAMB this year, and you saw that you got 290, and you knew you wanted, maybe, let me say medicine, and you knew next year you're going to study more. So there's no way you're supposed to fall back to the extent of 170 something or 130 something. That's not, it's not relenting.
I truly think there's something wrong, because sometimes you also check the track record of these students. There are students that from secondary school, they've always been very brilliant.
Exactly.
And if I'm to use my own too as an example, all the other scores, now, that particular one that I got, that horrible score, was the one I prepared the most for. The one I read the most for. The one that finally gave me admission was I had given up.
Tired.
I said, see, anything. So, does that make any sense? It does not make any sense. So, I strongly believe there's something wrong.
And this is Nigeria. We always have faulty systems. Let's just be honest. You understand? So,
something has gone wrong with this thing. Because even
somewhere.
that my result that year, I remember checking the first time. I did not see. I kept checking that result. I didn't see it until it finally came out. I don't know how it came out. So I just believe that no, this wasn't
it. It's not something you trust completely. It's not clear to an extent. So I feel like there are some, you know, some things somewhere that need to be checked. We need to consider, because this continuous mass failure, in as much as we have a lot of distractions on the side of the students, but not to this extent where people fail. And just this example now, where somebody that scored 298, who has maybe tripled the way they study or doubled it to make sure that they hit their targets, and the person is dropping from 290 something to 130.
I can imagine how the lady feels.
Devastated, because I know how I felt at my own time.
It can just. I got to a point where I said, see, we'll just sell yam and things. We're not doing it. We'll just be selling yam and things. I can imagine how devastated that lady will feel. Honestly, dear JAMB, dear JAMB and dear authorities, dear body, dear board, all of you should do something about this.
But we can't continuously blame the students, because that's what we do. For over the years now, it's been blaming the students that they don't read. Social media has been that. Social media has been that. So a lot of things has been the problem. So we should focus more now on looking into the system and see that, because it cannot be this way continuously, you understand? So I feel like the system, we should look into the system as well and see if it's a problem. Since it's automated, it can fail. These things that computers, they can fail. They can mark wrongly, you understand? So it should be, some attention should be given into the whole system. If it needs reconfiguration, if it needs changes, we need to like upgrade and update the softwares if that's a problem as well, so that we can, you know, give the accurate results to the students, because these children are trying.
It's bad enough that we have to wait for years. It's bad enough that the university may still not give you admission. It's bad enough that we still hear things like it's bad enough that we still hear things like tribalism, or it must be in your region. It's bad enough that when you enter school you will have to go through strike and strike again. It's bad enough that after school you may still not get a job for years. And then, okay, give us the school, let's just do. We're paying for it.
You're paying for it.
Please,
your sweat, your money, everything.
I hope I've been able to confuse. And not confuse you that, Jam, you guys have to do something about this. Yeah. And on that note, we're wrapping up our chit-chat.
Great.
Up next on the AM Weekend Show, it's our newspaper review with Barrister Chidi Ujatumba. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us on this unforgettable night.
Everything is fine.
Paw Patrol is on a roll!
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here.
Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
What are you guys doing to us?
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Join us on Gyna Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254, and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breastfeeding. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did single.
For real. You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
You're welcome back to the AM Weekend Show. Right now, we're going to be reviewing our newspapers. We'll be going through the front pages of our national dailies to find out what is happening in Nigeria. And we'll begin with the Nation newspaper. The first story, the boldest headline we have here, says, more trouble as fresh wave of defections hits PDP. The writers say 3 Kebbi senators meet Tinubu to join APC next week. Jigawa, minority leader, hundreds of supporters dump party. President hosts Sokoto Kebbi governors, stakeholders. Ganduje APC has mechanisms for smooth integration of defectors. Also on this paper, FG forges ahead with Naira for crude policy implementation. JAMB releases 2025 UTME results, withholds 39,834 over malpractices. Pope Leo, okay. More on this paper, we have a headline that says, confusion trails gunmen attacks on travelers in Imo. Finally, on this paper, suspected herdsmen kill 9 in Benue communities.
And moving on to the Guardian weekend, despite penalty clouds, public officers defy assets declaration law. This you can find on page 8 and 9. Prioritize uniting a fragmented world. Catholics urge Pope Leo XIV. You can find this on page 2. Why JAMB withheld results of 39,834 UTM candidates, delisted 4 centers. You can find this on page 2, and this is by Oloyede. Nigeria's logistics sector will be worth over $3 trillion by 2030, says Minister. And also on this paper, we have NNPC diversifies as Stena Bulk. Caverton unites to bet Unity Shipping, and that's the much we can take from this paper.
Moving on to Saturday Times, IED explodes near mosque, injures 4 in Borno. Tiwa Savage delivers captivating performance at Usher's O2 Arena. NCAA sanctions Kenya Airways for consumer protection violation. FCTA prioritizes water for satellite towns, allocates 140 billion naira to education. Nigeria's security and political economy, you find that on page 16. 20 feared dead as gunmen attack set ablaze vehicles in Imo. Bill Gates to give away $200 billion, says Musk. Killing world's poorest children. Finally on this paper, ASU, union struggle not for bread and butter, says Ajero.
And from Saturday Vanguard, boldest headline says, terror attacks. Army General explains sudden resurgence. New Pope's connection to Nigeria, the white smoke from Chicago. This is on page 18. We also have on this paper, native doctors, kidnappers, scammers flee to Asaba. Soludo's crackdown in Anambra, hurting them. You can find this on page 10. And also on this paper, how doctor stole one of my twins during birth. Abuja housewife narrates. And finally on this paper, 2027, Atiku may want to run again, but will it help opposition? You can find more of this on page 9. That's how much you can take from the Vanguard newspaper.
All right, moving on to Saturday Tribune. The boldest headline here says, PDP is set to drag defectors to court. Loses 3 more senators to APC. On this paper, man rapes 12-year-old daughter of woman friend in Ondo. Ibadan woman tells court, my husband laced our floor with charm, dared me to cross it. 2025 UTME, JAMB withholds 39,834 results for exam malpractices. At Awolowo's 38th Memorial Anniversary Service, clerics ask leaders to build enduring legacies. Also on this paper, youths flock to cocoa farming as prices surge. And finally, Glow explains how its products can improve performance in UTME and other exams.
And from Saturday Independent, we have Exposed, story of slave camp called Ondo School for the Blind. School can be compared to prison yard. This is by ex-students. Federal government to repatriate 15,000 Nigerians stranded abroad. Defections, 3 KB senators meet Tinubu in Aso Rock. We also have on this paper, condemned but not executed, how governors are silencing the gallows, strangling justice. This is on page 29. We also have on this paper 39,834 candidates results withheld as JAMB releases 2025 UTME. And lastly, from this paper, Tinubu to inaugurate Abuja International Conference Center to mark 2nd year anniversary. This is from Wike. That's the much we can take from this paper.
All right, moving on to The Matrix. Tough reforms necessary for Nigeria's growth, says Tinubu. Tinubu to Qatari envoy. Step up humanitarian aid to tackle poverty in Nigeria. Qatari business delegations set to visit Nigeria soon, envoy reveals. Calvin Bassey listed among Premier League's highest-rated centre-backs. Thatcher slams Oswald Boateng over Arya Star, terms Burna Boy's outfit at Met Gala. Hajj 2025, FG flags off airlift of 64,188 Nigerian pilgrims. Conduct yourself in line with Nigerian values, Shetima tells pilgrims. Also on this paper, Vatican sets date for Pope Leo's inauguration mass. My refinery is not competing with NNPC Limited, says Dangote. Amid mass failure, teenager sues JAMB, PEFT over hijab removal at UTME Center. Also on this paper, a headline says, how I was almost burnt alive during NSAS protests. This is credited to Desmond Elliott. And finally, land-grabbing saga, Olubadan suspends 2 chiefs, strips them of titles.
And now from First News, Borders headline says, after 30 years, Ajudua faces cold walls again as Supreme Court revokes bail. Apex Court overturns bail indicates old. $1 million fraud case. EFCC declares hurdle to resume long-stalled prosecution. Still on this paper, federal government moves to repatriate 15,000 stranded Nigerians from neighboring countries. Foreign headers behind recent killings, DHQ. And also on this paper, federal government not pursuing Simon Ekpa's extradition. This is credited to AGF. JAMB releases 2025 UTME results withheld 39,834 over exam fraud. And still on this paper, alleged 12.3 billion naira fraud. Court adjourns Honeywell chair, ex-First Bank MD's trial till June 11. And that's the much we can take from this paper.
All right, moving on to the final paper we have here, Weekend Trust. It says, the Borders headline we have here says, the rise struggles of top northern brands. Another headline here says, clap back, privileged children fighting political battles. And another here says, JAMB releases UTME results, withholds 39,834. And another headline says, deputy governors who may lose seats. We find out on page 8. 3 Kebbi PDP senators defect to APC. That is the much we can take from this paper. And joining us to review the papers this morning is none other than our very own barrister, Chidi Ujatumba, a human rights lawyer and CEO, Ujatumba and Company. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
You look radiant in black and white.
That's our color.
We're saying it off camera. How do you cope
and I don't like wearing it on ordinary days, you understand, because you find out that it's basically how you will dress as a lawyer from Monday to Friday. That's how you'll be dressing. You can't even wear any other. The court will not allow it. Yes, there are other colors, but basically, we mostly wear black and white. Yeah.
And you feel comfortable?
I feel
all the days of your life.
Because my wardrobe.
I cannot imagine that kind of life.
That's why I signed up.
You can't. Oh well, you're welcome to the show.
Thanks.
And I'd like us to begin with this paper on Saturday Tribune. It says PDP set to drag defectors to court.
Okay.
Loses 3 more senators to APC. I'd like us to start here. What exactly is the reason for this defection, and how is it going to affect the coming election?
It will, okay, let me start by the very first question, the reason for this defection. There are so many reasons why core PDP members, PDP states are massively defecting to APC. There are so many reasons, but one of the major reasons is that APC is the ruling party, okay? APC is in power. APC can make a lot of good things come into your country, into your state, if you're in good terms with the president. And if like in a situation where the person is a governor, if you have, stolen some money, you understand, and you don't want a situation whereby EFCC will be harassing you, you understand, you join APC. The moment you join APC, all the money you have stolen, all petition against you will be forgiven. You will be forgiven. And nobody will...
Is that legal, by the way? Just
listen, nobody will call you a bad name. Nobody will call you a bad name. EFCC will not come after you. Even if it is on the news that you stole billion, you understand? It's not going to be an issue. Now, that's one reason why they are joining. Another reason why they are joining is in PDP, there have been a very long-lasting quarrel, okay? PDP have not really been able to come back to themselves or to itself since after the last election. Even prior to that, they've been having problems. There's this internal democracy in PDP, which I believe that kept PDP together for the 16 years that they produced the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, okay? And that's the North will produce the president, and after 8 years, the South will produce. Okay. Now you can see when PDP failed to acknowledge that internal democracy, when they say it's the time of the South. But Atiku with his, this thing, bought the ticket, and at the end of the day, Wike said, no, you think you can now buy the ticket and sweep the rug off our feet. He now started doing certain things that when you look at it for face value, you might think that they are anti-party activities, you understand? You are in PDP and you are serving an APC president. So this whole thing destabilized PDP. So if PDP has been together, fighting APC, criticizing them, creating that opposition front that Nigeria have actually desired, instead of depending on a very dark man, you understand? If PDP have been doing exactly what they're supposed to be done, you find out that the defection will not be strong. Even what happened in Rivers State, you understand, would not have happened. You see, they've turned Rivers State into something. The next news you hear now is that the governor of Rivers State will join APC. Kwankwaso is also planning to join APC. So let all Nigerians join APC. See, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The same people who are in PDP are now joining APC. These were the same people who were in PDP before, who joined APC to win election. So you see, they are the same people. You understand? Let's call a spade a spade. Nigeria is recycling old politicians, unpatriotic politicians who don't have the heart of Nigeria at heart. Because it's not just all about running to a place where there is power. When that power is given to you, what do you use that power to do? What do you use that power to do? I saw what you were reading where my president, my own president, is begging Qatar to sponsor or to bring something for people who are suffering from poverty in Nigeria. I covered my face with shame. Hey, Nigerian president begging Qatar to come and support us that we are poor. Oh, but see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. How can we face this kind of a thing? Our president, a whole Nigeria, begging Qatar for relief, for what do you call it now? what do you call that thing now? Palliative. Yes, our president is begging for palliative. See, that is what we are facing in this country. It's not as if APC has a magical administrative competence that have resolved all the problems in Nigeria. I don't know why they are rushing to APC. I don't know why. If not that, like my colleague rightly said, that if not that APC will help them to write their election in 2027. You understand? Yeah. But when a party is in power, the party that is in power will buy INEC and they will buy courts and they'll carry two of them and they tell you go to court. And at the end of the day, if you have lost election, you will lose hope in INEC and you will lose hope in the court. It will crash.
So do we have
when you bring the whole Nigeria in one party, it will definitely crash. It will crash.
So with this defection and everything happening, do we still have hope for credible election in 2027?
Did you? How much hope can you boast that you had in 2023 election? How much hope? Let's start from. That's where we are coming from. That's where we are coming from. I have been saying it in this studio. How many reforms have the members of National Assembly recommended in INEC? How many reforms have been recommended that needs to be done before 2027 election? We saw the hole, we saw the gaps, okay? Even in the Constitution. What have we done to ensure that what happened in 2023 will not repeat itself in 2027? Nothing. The leaders of INEC are still there. How many people have been prosecuted because of electoral malpractice? Absolutely nobody. At least JAM even have the power to cancel 39,000 people that they committed electoral malpractice. Can INEC boldly say that this person and this person committed electoral malpractice and cancel their election, or probably say let there be a recall? If you can buy INEC and you can pay judges in Nigeria, you become a governor or a president or any post you want to. That's where we are. And we have to say it with boldness. Do you know why? Because let me tell you what is going on. There's a move going on to stifle people, foster people, suppress truth. You understand? It's in the air. It's in the air. If you speak up, DSS or EFCC will come after you. You understand? Because they don't want anybody to talk. They don't want anybody to say what they are doing.
All right, Barrister Chidi. Sorry, I'd like you to hold that line of thought. We'll just take a very short break, and when we return, we'll continue.
Hey ladies, join us on Gyna Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right on Accra TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breastfeeding. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did single.
For real. You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do.
Welcome back. We're sorry for that rather short, that unannounced break. We're back.
Okay.
Barrister Chidi. Yes. You may now continue, but I'd like us to, of course, address the fact that PDP has taken these people to court, these defectors to court. Please, I'd like to know what you...
I would love this issue to really be well defined, maybe by the Supreme Court, which is the apex court in Nigeria, because there are laws and there are decided cases that say if you are elected on a particular platform, okay, you need not to move to another platform. You really have to stay in that. If you move in another party, okay, you tend to lose your seat. You tend to lose your seat, okay. But now, that particular law that states this thing also has a clause on it that you can only do that, you understand, except when there's an internal rival in your own party. But now, what the court will have to look at, what is happening in PDP right now, is it enough for anyone to leave the party like that, okay? Then going deeply into that question, we have laws protecting us, okay? The issue here is, when you don't trust the courts, okay? When you don't trust the courts, When you look at it, we have a court that someone did not even contest for a senatorial election, okay? He wasn't even there on the day, but the person is serving as a senator now in Nigeria, vied the Supreme Court of Nigeria, okay? So that's the problem we have in this country. Can we trust the court? Is the court trustworthy? Can the court use technicalities to still put us in more trouble? Because there are laws stating that if you are in a party and you win an election with a political party, you need not to leave that political party. The moment you do that, you have lost your seat. Now, if we can give a strict interpretation of that particular law, what it simply means is that if you want to checkmate this flip-flop that politicians are doing, you can use that law to checkmate them. You can actually use that. I would want PDP not to pay lip service to this. Let them actually go to court, okay? Challenge this mass defection. It's very, let them just brief lawyers. Within 2 days, they can file. Challenge this mass defection, okay? Bring clips of, because you know what happened? Bring clips of them declaring that they have moved from one party to the other, okay? And also, they will swear an affidavit. Bring all those things and challenge it. Let's know what the apex court will say. Because these are one of the things I think that if they continue to do, it will stop politicians from jumping from one political party to the other. Their own is not even the one that is making me to be angry or rather not happy. It's LP members. Yeah. It's LP members. Look at LP, a party that was wrought in blood. A party that was wrought. I mean, you saw what they went through. Those who voted for them, we are voting for them. Why they were hitting them on these eyes, hitting them on their groin, hitting them on their head, they were voting LP. Now, the those who got that, they have joined APC. I mean, look, there's problem in this country. There's problem in Nigeria, okay? And we cannot continue to blame those who are currently in power now, okay? Look around. New ones who are joining politics, how are they behaving? Are they showing anything new? Is there a kind of a deviation from what the old politicians are doing? I don't know. I keep on asking myself, who will save this country? What's going on? What will be that thing that will happen and we will breathe again? That we need to break out of this trend of corruption, politicians moving from one party to the other. Because do you know what this thing is causing to our politics? It's killing opposition. Once opposition is dead, the other party will now ride on their high horse and do and say anything they want. So defection kills what? Opposition. When opposition is strong and firm and thick, their criticism will shake the other camp. When opposition is strong, when they sneeze, the other camp will start catching cold. But when you keep on depleting opposition, and when you keep on depleting opposition, at the end of the day, APC is not serving Nigeria very well. I have my facts. I can say that APC is not the best party. PDP is not even the best party. So I was thinking that we will have probably a coalition that will, because let me tell you one thing, it's all about that single leadership. That person you bring out. It's not about party name. When a man loves his country and when a man is ready to move his country forward, people will come. Even those who are dead will wake up and join him. Because they will see it to be transparent that this man has a vision and he has the goodness of Nigeria at heart. So the policy he will be bringing in and the thing that he will be doing will show everybody that this is the man to follow. This is the future of this country.
All right, talking about dragging people to court, JAMB recently released their results and there's been records of mass failure. We're hearing that more than half of the candidates scored less than 160. Yes. 166. It's 70%. Exactly. It's been a lot going on online, and we're seeing people coming out to call out JAMB. Earlier on, we were talking about someone who called out JAMB because of a student he had been following so far who has had a very good record of success educationally, and her previous score was also very good, and suddenly this particular JAMB is saying that she scored 134. We're also seeing another case here. I'd like to read it. It's off the papers. It says, lawyer orders JAMB to review her intelligent brother's result after he scored 169 in the 2025 UTME. And she said, dear JAMB, my brother's JAMB results just came out and it's not adding up. This is someone with a consistent record of academic excellence. We can't accept this result. Too much effort and sleepless nights went into preparation. this is so unfair, please review it. First of all, does this person have a case?
Yes.
Can she go to court? Is there anything she can do about this?
What are you talking about? See, you can recall your script. You can recall your script. You can even ask for independent examiners, okay, to still use the JAMB marking script to remark you. That is what people don't know about. You can recall your script. If you don't even need to go to court, you can write JAMB that you want to recall your script. If they fail to do that, you can now use that letter you wrote them, go to Federal High Court, you understand, get an order mandating JAMB to review your script.
Okay.
It's because most people don't know their right.
Don't know. I'm glad
yes, most people don't know their right. And I heard that some people are really going to court to, you know, they drag federal government to court, not to talk of JAMB. No. Those who, you see, if you say that we have failed, that we committed, because I read this thing this morning and I was like, JAMB is still working as though we are in 1984. How can you just release 39,000 and say that they committed examination malpractice? How?
How was it investigated?
How was it investigated? Who determines what is examination malpractice? Can you show us any video? Can you say, can we review? Can we review? We should have JAMB portal that everybody should be accessible to. The way we have INEC portal. That's where we are going to. That's where we are going to. JAMB is not even transparent as people expect them to be. We're transparent. So if you see a trailblazer, okay, and the person writes an exam and record the script. If they fail, sue them for damage. They will pay. What is JAMB? JAMB is the federal government body now. Yeah. Is JAMB invisible? We know where their offices are located. Serve them court process. Sue them. Let them bring those scripts. Let us record. Let me tell you something. The other day here, we are talking about the factors that may have necessitated this mass failure. I know for sure that it's not 100% blame on JAMB, okay? Yeah. People who did not prepare very well. If you don't prepare, you see this JAMB exam is next month, they will start preparing today. No. If you don't take our time to prepare very well, you may not do very well, okay? You have to prepare. Examination malpractice also, they will know that the exam is coming. Instead of them to be preparing, they'll be planning on how to go on special centers. They'll be planning on who will come and sit for them, okay? So examination malpractice, late preparation, and so many things can cause the people not to do well. But JAMB hand follow. This technology they are bringing, all of them follow. Because it's now easy to switch people's... Yes, now.
Because I thought the idea of going...
You can write and they can... You can write and this person can write and they can just switch it. Yeah. Just press one thing and they will just switch it. So we should be investigating this thing. Because if you see where these children are reading, if you see the efforts that their parents are putting, you understand? You would want them to come out, and even if they did not do well, let them have bad their script. Let them know the area where they did not do well.
Exactly.
Let them know why they did not do well in that area.
I don't even know if it's possible for us to have, like, you know, when they mark your script, you can see.
Let them get a feedback. JAMB is not giving feedback. There should be a portal where you will go and you review your performance in the last JAMB. What you scored in English, what you scored in all the subjects you wrote.
The questions.
Why you will have failed.
The one you chose.
Why you will have failed. What is the correct answer? Because if you have a JAMB portal where you can go and you assess all this, it's enough for people to revalidate themselves, study more on particular subjects, and come back to do well. Because that's the best preparation that you can give to anyone. You shouldn't write JAMB more than twice. No. If I'm there, Lele, if I'm there, you shouldn't write JAMB more than twice. Because JAMB is working as though we're in 1984. No feedback. JAMB is even bullying some students who are writing the exam. JAMB is bullying some. Why can you bring out 39,000 and you don't want to give me facts, data, how they conducted the examination? This is bullying now.
That is worrisome, because if
I could get some number of those people, I will go to court for this issue. Yeah, this is bullying. This is bullying. You just failed my son. Okay, wait. You just failed my son because an omnibus announcement that they committed examination malpractice. How?
How?
When?
When did they investigate?
That's really what I want to look at. If they are judging by centers, the way they have miracle centers and all of that.
And special centers.
Yeah, special centers. If reports came that this particular center did this, did that,
it is JAMB that will set up that center.
My question is, I mean,
it is JAMB that will send a question there, materials there.
Really?
It is JAMB that will appoint inspectors and officers who go there to conduct the exam. At the end of the day, they'll collect all of them and fail all of this. All of them have failed, that they committed examination malpractice. Is JAMB using this special center as a test lab for students? Are they using this special center as a test lab? Is it a test lab? Do you know how much they are spending in this exam all the time? And JAMB is not even ashamed of themselves. They'll come out and tell us that more than half failed.
And that's one thing about Nigerians. I think we take pride in this kind of things. More than half failed. So they want to show that they are doing well.
Well,
for what? No, the standards are high.
No, their standards are not high.
More than half.
I mean, what really hurts me is the fact that
there shouldn't be one JAMB for the World Federation.
Centers,
the JAMB they are writing in the north should be different from the JAMB they are writing in the south. There should be JAMB for the north and JAMB for the south. Because you can't tell me that a student here in the south, let's say in Lagos or in Ibadan, will be studying and he wants to study medicine, okay? Let's say University of Ibadan, and JAMB will say the cutoff is 200, okay? And at the end of the day, the target for that school might be, let's say, 260. And this guy will be reading and burning midnight candle to score at least above 250. Meanwhile, the same person in the north, all that person needs to do is to score 120. Is this one country? No, is this one country? And at the end of the day, that person in the north will get job more than this person in the south. So where is the justice now? So how can we say we don't have what the north should write their own JAMB on a different date. Their scores should be given to them. The south should write their own JAMB. We shouldn't bring all of them together and say these people are less academically opportune. I don't know the kind of grammar they use to qualify this mediocrity. This is exhibition of mediocrity because we all are paying the same school fees. Hey, have you checked that? We are paying the same school fees though. We are attending the same school.
Same syllables.
The same syllables, different standards. And we say we are. Let's see where we are going with all this. All these things now.
I think we'll just wrap up this segment at this point. It's just so disheartening, especially because
very
of
disheartening.
the fact that there will be a lot of students in that 39,000 plus who
innocent students,
absolutely nothing.
They can't even speak out. How do we know? How do we verify that those? Do you know what is 39,000? Which means that JAMB themselves have a hand in this examination malpractice. If 39,000 can take part in examination malpractice and you did not catch them on that day, it's not when you are marking that you say that they committed examination malpractice. How did you know?
What was the yardstick? This is just so disheartening. But of course, we will keep talking about these things, and we hope that corrections are made. We hope that the people in position to do something about this.
The way we have federal universities and we have private universities, we could equally have a private JAMB, where you can go and write, and they can send you to any school. All you need to do is get the federal government approval. JAMB should have competition. You see, JAMB, it's all these JAMB should have competition. If we have competition in JAMB, they will sit up. Because my son can get up and say, Daddy, I want to write an exam to enter into. Do you want to write JAMB or do you want to write with this? Because all of them are accredited. We used to have WAEC. We later have a NECO. But they should bring us something like that to give JAMB a run for their money. That's the only thing that makes them to sit up.
All right, thank you so much, Barrister Chidi.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. That was Barrister Chidi Ujuatumba, a human rights lawyer and the CEO Ujuatumba and Company. Up next on the AM show is our trip around the region. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Niger, it's time to rise to victory because season 10 is here.
You did not come and greet. I'm coming for the crown.
Nigerian Idol needs to bang.
You're actually my idol. And
say yes from me. That was good. I'm here for revenge. I'm speechless.
10 seasons of unforgettable talent.
That's the best performance I've had today.
10 seasons of breathtaking performances. And this year, we celebrate the journey like never before.
I'm actually speechless.
I love you.
You're a superstar.
This is more than a competition. It's a celebration of music, passion, and dreams. It's your voice and your victory. Don't miss the biggest season yet. Nigerian Idol Season 10.
Sponsored by Biggie for every moment.
It's time for the main event. This is incredible. He has written it, and the dream lives on. I cannot believe it. They are in such a menacing mood here. Hear the place in all its magnificence.
Stay connected to DSTV this April and May and get all the football finals you want.
Welcome back. It is still the AM Weekend Show, and right now we'll be taking quick trips around the region. We'll start with Nsukka here in Enugu State. In Nsukka, members of Enugu North Senatorial Zone convened to access the early performance of Governor Peter Mbah's administration at the Dialogue Series event held in Nsukka on Friday and organized by the Enugu State Coalition for Progress. Leaders, experts, and community figures gathered at Adada House to discuss progress in education, politics, and security. Afia TV correspondent Elijah Akuma was there and now reports. Let's take a look.
The air was saturated with anticipation at Adada House in Nsukka as the Enugu State Coalition for Progress Enugu North Senatorial Zone branch hosted Dialogue Series 1. The focus? A critical evaluation of Governor Peter Mbah's administration so far. Keynote speaker Professor Osita Ogbu, former Minister of National Planning and Chief Economic Advisor to President Obasanjo, anchored his speech on the statement that national progress is shaped by leaders' philosophy.
Everything I said, because I didn't start with Peter, I ended with Peter. I started by saying that leaders that developed their countries, those that developed their states, were leaders that had a certain guiding philosophy, certain ideology, a certain framework. You must come into an office with a certain philosophy of what you're going to do. And then I give examples from Israel, from America, from all over, Singapore. And then landed on Peter Mbah, who has come with the philosophy of tomorrow is here. That philosophy needed to be unpacked. And so I was addressing both the state and local governments that it is not enough to say tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is here must be reflected in all that we do. It means uncompromised excellence. It means courage and boldness. It means empathy. It means creating and imagining and dreaming things.
The essence of this dialogue is that as a people, we have recognized that the best way to relate with government is to constructively engage government, to deepen our relationship with government. So we decided to bring stakeholders from our zone to begin to look at various interventions His Excellency has been doing in the states, of which we are part of. The entire interventions His Excellency has done can show clearly to us that he doesn't believe in incremental approach, but quantum leap in the things he wants to do in state. Look at what he's doing in our education sector. The Smart Green Schools, 260 watts, and he's doing it simultaneously. Soon, he's going to also disrupt the transport ecosystem in Enugu, both air and land. So we believed that there are few vocal minority that misinform our people. So we decided to begin to reach our people sector by sector and tell them exactly what His Excellency is doing, what he wants to do, and the far-reaching implications of all he is doing.
The dialogue series, like we said inside, has to do with connecting people, their welfare to the government, engaging the government and the government engaging the people. It is a series that is just starting. Today is the maiden one. It's like what we can call town hall meeting for us to identify our problems, discuss with government, and in turn get our people to understand government policies, explain to them in the way and manner they will understand, because communication is key in governance. If our people understand the intentions of the government, it will catalyze a process where the people own up the government program in education, in security, in agriculture, and in other, so that it is not about long English. It is about the way for let the people smile.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm happy to be here, and it's overwhelming being a traditional ruler to be here among the smart ones, among the good ones, and among the people of Nsukka and the Enugu State at large. We're happy for what the governor is doing for us. He's doing a demonstrative democracy. We can see it happen. That's what my brothers are talking about. He's faced the problems head on. That's what we need. He took it head on, and he's all-inclusive. He wants to involve every aspect of life. He wants to involve the people. He wants to involve the community. He wants to involve the youths. Look at what he's doing. All of them are innumerable. You guys know what it is. The roads, the smart school, the health centers, the type 2 hospitals, the engagement in tech centers. You can see that he did that 2-3 days ago. And all this is a game-changing practices unlike what we used to have before. That's different. So I'm happy because security is not everybody's business. We have to be engaged. We have to be proactive. That's what we're talking about. He's looking for how to leverage on that. And I wish, and I only wish, that traditional lifestyle are all included in this, because we are the home. We are at home, and we know the silent ones. We see things in the public, and I wish the government can engage us more to interact with the solutions of the security or otherwise.
Someone cannot score 100% in security, but I give him well above average. Well above average means I'm scoring him up to 70%. There's still work to be done, and I'm happy that he has a listening ear. We have made suggestions to him on how to improve on what he's doing. But with what he's doing and the way he's accommodating and receptive to ideas, I'm sure that by the time he finishes his tenure this first term, and God will, I'm praying for him, he should get a second time to add another 4 years. By the time he's leaving Enugu State in the next 8 years, right now we're among the first 10 secured states in Enugu State, right now. So by the time he finishes his tenure, I'm guessing that Enugu should be either number 2 or 3 most secure states in Nigeria. So I wish him well. He has our support, he has our prayers, and my people in Nsukka has demonstrated that we are partners in progress with the government of Enugu State.
We just concluded the long-awaited dialogue series in Nsukka, where we have notable speakers, people like Professor Osita Obu, who shared their experience in governance and also some of the great works that His Excellency Peter Mbah has done in Enugu State. From their responses, you can see that we have a great hope as a state and as a people in Nsukka, because the governor is working, and we believe that people who are working with him are also taking cues and taking examples from him. In Nsukka, Elijah Akuma reporting for Avia TV.
Thank you so much, Elijah Akuma, for that report. We'll be visiting Abakaliki in Ebonyi State in a decisive move to restore peace and unity. Ebonyi State's Governor Francis Ogbonnawifuru has created 5 autonomous communities in the conflict-ridden Effium and Ezza Effium community. Afia TV correspondent Tijoke Njoku, who visited the crisis zone in Ohauku local government area, has the report.
The crisis, which erupted over territorial dispute, has left devastating impact on the both communities, escalating to violence that has impeded the lives of countless residents. Governor Wilfred's proposal seeks not only to establish the new communities, but also to foster collaboration and understanding among the people of Effium and Ezza Effium. This initiative aims to address the long-standing communal crisis that has plagued the community since 2021, resulting in the loss of over 2,000 lives and destruction of property worth billions of naira. During a visit to affected communities, Governor Wilfred emphasized the importance of letting go of past grievances, redirecting government's commitment to rebuilding the affected communities and ensuring the safety and well-being of the residents.
So by the power conferred on me, and according to the law number 004 of 2025, the stated mentioned 5 communities have been created from Effium Autonomous Community. They are Effium Autonomous Community, Ekeribo Autonomous Community, in Effium Clan, Ijem Autonomous Community. In Alioma Clan is Alioma Autonomous Community, and Ezekuna Alioma Autonomous Community. Each of these communities is representing each of the wards. So all the wards belongs to the communities. So you have 5 wards in Effium. The whole 5 wards have community of its own. I want to send a serious warning to the disguised Hitlers and the killers, those who pretended to be good, but they are evil. I am very much alert and very much alive, and my eyes is seeing very clearly. Our job here today is to flag off the construction of the roads demarcating Alioma and Effium, and that we'll do at the boundary. But I was told that we should do it here. So by the power conferred on me and as the governor of Ebonyi State, I hereby flag off the construction of this 25.5 kilometer road at the boundary between Alioma and Effium.
The establishment of the community marks a significant moment in the ongoing effort to restore normalcy in the region. Governor Wilfred's bold decision highlights the crucial role of leadership in resolving conflict and fostering unity among diverse communities. In Abakaliki, Chijoke Njok reporting, Fafia TV.
Thank you so much, Chijoke, for that report. Up next on the AM Weekend Show is our first conversation. We are going to be talking about breaking barriers and redefining women's financial power right after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owners, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and...
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
You're welcome back to the AM Weekend Show. My name is Divine Onoha. I'm still here with my co-host Ogochukwu Osai. How are you doing?
Just say it together. I'm doing fine.
I wanted to grab your attention. Why are you acting like you don't know?
I need to grab my attention.
Yes, now.
Where have I been? I've been here now, so you don't need to grab my attention differently.
I beg, it's okay. So we also have a very, very special individual who has just joined us on set. She's a beautiful woman who goes by the name Mrs. Goodness Ezeji Wamma. You're welcome to the show, Ma.
Nice to have me. Thank you.
So like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about breaking barriers and redefining women's financial power. Financial power is something that it has become a necessity for everybody, both women and men. But for the women, there are a lot of battles around it. You talk about access, you talk about privileges, if there are available privileges, you talk about opportunities, you talk about confidence to boldly walk into what you want to do without having any of these challenges. So we're going to be discussing how women can become more wealthy, how women can delve into what they desire to do without having any of these limitations hinder them. And to have this conversation is who I've just introduced, Mrs. Goodness Ezeji Wamma. Welcome again.
Thank you.
So I'll start by, sorry, I did not introduce you properly. I did introduce you. We cannot leave this portfolio. She's the CEO and founder of Value Mama Limited, a business coach and a trainer, and so many other things that she is that we're going to be finding out in a while. So I'll start by asking you, what inspired the creation of Value Mama and what is it about?
Okay, I think my story is one of the inspiration I got, and I know that what I passed through as a young lady coming up, most other women are also suffering and passing through the same thing. So as a young lady, I got married, and my husband is a pastor, and you know what it's like. So we relocated from Lagos to Enugu. I know what, like somebody that coming from Lagos down to Enugu. People see it like demotion.
Yes.
Do you get it? So many people are moving from Enugu to Lagos, and you are coming down to Enugu. So when we got here, because of the ministry, I have to follow him down. And when we got here, I was stuck. It seems like my life is finished. I don't know where to start life because I was doing marvelously well in Lagos, and things were really moving. Childbirth, a mother of 3, and all that. And one day I was just on my own, and I got that inspiration. You know that part of the Bible said, ask Moses, what do you have in your hand? He said, the rod. He struck it. Strike the rock. And in my own case, it was just my normal phone. I have one small Bakara phone like that. And I'm the person that speaks about women empowerment, women doing something from home. Every business I'm doing right now, I start from home. And I'm still doing them with my smartphone. So that thought came in. Why not utilize the phone you have? You must not go out. Getting a job in Enugu, it's not like Lagos, that is so easy. So I have to start using my phone. I just went to Facebook and I saw so many people saying, please, somebody should teach me importation business. I was like, the thing was ringing a bell. Importation, meaning importation, how is it done? For 3 days, I was just researching what is importation and all that. In my own little world, I've already started making influence. I'm into confectionery business. I'm into small shop. I have a lot going on for me. But that relocation cut almost everything. I was just down, depressed. Seriously, I was depressed. Because at that time, my mother would just wake up and go. And where we are living, it's just me in the compound. And so the depression was just choking me, that I got that. At the point of praying and saying, God, if I not marry you, if I just stay on my own, you know, do my thing. So that thought came in. I said, okay, I did a research and I got that inspiration. Why not mobilize women? Since you're already doing much online, mobilize women, start training them on importation. I said, how can I train somebody on importation? Well, I have not done it, you know. I brought them into my WhatsApp space. I have a WhatsApp group, and what I do, I'll go on Google, copy what is importation. I'll come and paste in the group. And people were like, at that point, nobody is doing it for free. This was like 7 years ago, I'm talking about. So most of them, I did that for free, borrowed data from the MTN. At the time, I was doing the free training. So after the free training, most women reach out to me, Ma, you are really good with this. Why not we go into it as a group? That was how the whole vision came to light, you know. So I now mobilize women. I think the money that entered my account, my bank has to call me. Please, Ma, come and verify. Tell us how you come about this whole money. The bank account that is reading 5,000, 20,000, all of a sudden is reading in millions. They have to call me, and I came and explained. Even at the time point I was explaining, so many of the bank staff were joining the group. They were like, this is a good thing, let's start it. And that was explosion for me. And I have been into importation, I'm into foodstuff business, exportation business, into a lot of things. And last year, I thought it's wise, why not start Value Mama Academy, where you train women to start these things. And as God may have it, I have enough time with my children now than when I'm working, you know, and I'm having more money. I have the money, money is there. You have your space. You do what you want to do. You have your time, you know. So I thought it's like online is the deal now. That's the truth. If you are not into online business, you are seriously missing out as a woman. That's the truth. So that was how the whole vision came to light.
Okay. So we focused on importation business. When you talk about the online business, I think your focus is importation.
Yeah.
Okay, aside importation now, are there other areas too? Because I'm asking this because a lot of times when we talk about online business, of course, it's tech. Yeah. So there seem to be certain tech businesses that we say women can't really do, or a lot of women don't seem to have a lot of interest in. So I'm wondering, are there other areas that women can get into and be able to, you know, to make money in there?
It's not only tech. If you're not good in tech, you can do drop shipping business. You can do affiliate marketing. There's a lot of businesses women can do from home. And one of the one I recommend so much is drop shipping, because it's not something you start with money. It's more like you being a middleman between a buyer and a seller. You know, you have a friend that sells eyeglass or handbags. You can take the picture from them. Normally what I do, what I train women on in my space, in my academy is, if you are in Onitsha, Lagos and Aba, and you are still lacking money, you don't know what's up as a woman. I remember I grew up in Onitsha, and I know that there are so many importers in Onitsha. As a young lady, you can go to them, meet them. Most of these people don't have time for online. You can take those pictures of whatever it is they are selling. They will send it to you gladly on WhatsApp. Market it. Market it as if your life depends on it. You might not know who will buy. So by the time you market those things, and somebody, I have a dropshipping group right now. Women are dropshipping for most of the things I import. A lot of them. So when I send the pictures, they take the pictures, put in their own gain, and market. When the person they wants to buy buys, they take their profit and send to me. I will be the one to will bill to your customer on your behalf. Do you get that part? So there's so many business, even foodstuff business is a good business somebody can start without money. I did that. I started foodstuff sharing. Because of the influence I have, I gathered women in my own WhatsApp group. I told them, let's share crayfish. Let's buy in a bag and share. And so many of them were like, yeah, everybody likes cheap things. That's the truth. When you are getting it cheaper, you must definitely want more. Okay? They brought money. I said, okay, let's say, for instance, that the bag of crayfish is 100,000. I won't come and say 100,000. I'd say they're around 40, 1/4. And the truth of the matter is, it will still be cheaper buying it in the market. I said it, I have a WhatsApp, foodstuff training that is going on right now. Yesterday night, I was telling them that an average person that sells crayfish is making at least 1,000 naira from each painter. And we have up to 30 painters in a bag of crayfish. That's 30,000 naira profit in one bag. Do you get that part? An average person, there are some people that are no longer average. Do you get that?
Yes.
So, and crayfish business is one business that you see a young boy doing in Nigeria, doing it comfortably. And you'll be like, hey, how is this surviving selling only crayfish? That's his money making. Okay. So you see that part. You can do that without cash. So if you are sitting down at home saying, I don't have money, I'm looking for capital, you don't understand their part.
Wow, it's really interesting.
I'm taking notes.
You know,
taking notes.
You said something about if you're living in Lagos, you're living in Onitsha and Aba, and you still don't make money, then you don't know what's up.
Yes.
So I feel like people might still be in these spaces and still don't know what maybe because of exposure or something. So what are the mindset shifts you think people or women in this case should have in order to succeed or do better, be exposed to understand, and just like you said, you see opportunities in different places and you take advantage of them. What mindsets can people have to see opportunities in places and take advantage of that?
The first mindset you have to have is believe in yourself that you can. You don't need to depend on a man to make money. You know, most of, especially the married women, they have that mindset. My husband is doing much. Let me not suffer too much. And there's this thing that money, your own money gives you that confidence and boldness. Do you understand? And in this part of the country, Nigeria, especially Igbos, if you're not making money as a young lady married, the way your husband will talk to you will be different by the time you start making money. There will be so much, you will see it. He might not tell you, but the approach will be different. So first of all, you have to have the mindset that I can. There's somebody I met one lady, she said, I'm not cut out for this business thing, I beg. My husband is doing much. Let me just stay home, take care of the kids. Okay. So most times it's not really about bringing the money home or maybe trying to help your husband. You're helping yourself. Your confidence level will so much increase. You'll be like, oh my God. Even your skin will tell you there's a difference. If you see my picture, and now, somebody will say that I'm bleaching. But see, money gives you the glow. You shine. You shine without rubbing cream. Because that thing will come in from within you, inside you, you just find yourself. You just discover yourself. And those discovery, you can't do it in a place where you lack money. Somebody was asking me, say, you're a pastor's wife. It seems like you're just after money, talking about money. Don't you talk about spiritual life of somebody? I said, my sister, there are so many prayers. You will stop praying if you have money.
Oh, okay.
Do you get that part? If somebody that is praying for visa, it's because you don't have money to process your visa. If you have the money, you won't pray. Or somebody that is praying for rent, God, please, I need money for my rent. It's because you don't have the money. If you have the money, there are so many prayers that we are praying out of lack of money, lack of financial independence. But when you have the money, there are so many things that will not be a prayer. You will not be bothering God with everything. He said he has given you the power, dominate, take over. When you have that financial capacity, there are so many things that will not be a prayer point. So for me, one of the things women lack is that confidence that they can. It's really affected me. I didn't know I can. Before I even start telling myself, yeah, you can do this, it took me time. It's not something that just happened over time. And it's more like you find those confidence and self-discovery in the place of doing one thing or the other. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to start it. It might not be what you end with, but let it be that you are moving. You are taking one step at a time. That is it for me. Confident, believe in yourself. There's so many, we can do a lot of things as women. We can do a lot. It's just that most times we belittle, we feel that it's better for her, she's doing well. She has gone through the process to be able to discover that she can. You can also start something and start doing it. No, I can go on and on.
Okay, now talking about online businesses now, we've seen patterns of, we've seen people who have survived, who have succeeded in it, like somebody who gets into online business and is doing so well. And then we've also seen people who have gotten into it and it's just audio success, you know. They just write booked and busy.
How to make money.
You know, and at the end of the day, deep down, they are not getting anything. So I would like to know, what are the things that women or people in general need to put in place before getting into online businesses? There are times where we've had conversations as to whether having influence already online is what you need. Or you can just go online and be posting. What's the guarantee that if I post, somebody will buy from me, you know? So what are things that people need to put in place before getting into this business?
You know, there are two types of online business. There's something we call online presence and online business, you know. An online presence is when your business is online, in the space where somebody can search you and say, okay, that is where you are. Online business is the part where your business is solely online. It's just online business. So that one, it requires fame. It requires you being visible. Like all these things I'm talking about, I've not really been that visible online. It was just more like early this year that I started showing up. Unlike before. Do you get that part? So one thing I would say is start something and bring it on the online space. That's the one I'm preaching.
Okay, so you're saying you started with people around you.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense now. We're getting somewhere.
Yes. Okay. Before I will now come to the online space. Online space is more like it will help you to get visible, reach more wider customers, clients, audience. But online business itself can be more like if you're into a content creator. That one requires so much. I don't know that part. It's the one I know that I'm talking about. Start something, bring it to the online space, and you'll be so surprised on the level of customers, level of contact you will get from the online space. So that's the one I know of. That is easy. You can be taking it one step at a time. Bring your business online, be consistent, let people see you, let people get to know you, and let them trust you. And that is it.
Okay, let's get more practical. Sorry I'm pushing this button, but I'm trying to make it make sense so that every other person watching, people who have intentions to get into it will get into it. Now, if you're starting with people around you, you're a pastor's wife. So it's easy for you to mobilize church people. It's not that easy. So for someone that
and being a pastor's wife, you're easily trusted because
you get your word carries value. Exactly, your word carries credibility. Let's say me, I just moved into Enugu, stranded, a young girl. I'm looking for my way. You know, I'm just imagining if I decide to even do drop shipping, who are the people? If I decide to gather people, let's share crayfish. Where will I see the people? You know, so are there more practical measures that someone that does not know anything or have anybody can really just consider?
Okay, you don't say that's the same thing I'm saying, confidence in yourself, believing that you can. If you have that confidence, you'll be surprised that you have people. And there's nobody in this planet that does not know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. The most important thing, you can start with your family and friends around you. Because you have circles, you have so many people around you. Yeah, you do.
She's so sure. It's not just about me.
Okay, I'm just saying generally, we know people. When I entered Enugu, I don't even know anybody. See, me coming to Enugu was just more like my first time of being to Enugu.
Okay.
It's not like I carried church from Lagos to Enugu here. No, it's more like we started our ministry here from scratch. We don't even know anybody. Me and my husband don't even know the next street. It was that bad. But one thing I said is that, one, believe in yourself. You can. And see, there's this thing that God said he giveth seed to the sower. I'm writing a book on from a eater to a sower. That's my book now. And I got that revelation that there's this thing about God. He works with your mindset. He works with what you believe. If you believe you can, he will help you. He said he giveth seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So if you say you are an eater, God will make provision for you. You'll be eating bread though. You will not get, he'll be providing bread for you. But when you position yourself as a sower, he will make sure that you have seed that you sow. And for every farmer, you must have enough before you get to give others. So it's more like, it's still a mindset thing. So when you say you can, you can. So it starts by you positioning yourself, telling people around you. When I started, I would call my family and friends. The first business I started when I entered Enugu was data business. I will call anybody, and if you dare buy data from any other person, I am selling data. That's the only way you can support me. Buy from me. I will be shouting it. Everybody, my husband, you must buy. I will be the one calling you. Your daughter, you never finish. Why you never buy? No. Do you get that part? Okay. So from there, it was growing. It was growing. The confidence was, me seeing that money, was like, Jesus, so if I push this thing more, that means more money will come in. What else am I doing? What am I living for? That was it. So you can start with your circle. That's okay.
Wow, right. Getting a lot of things. Yeah. Confidence, tenacity.
And confidence starts from doing, so you need to start from somewhere.
Exactly.
Now, for people who feel like they are already late to the game, that people already doing these things, there are so many people doing it already. Where will I start from? How do I go about it? People who feel stuck, people who feel late to the game, what word do you have for them? And also, what is the future of Value Mama going forward?
Okay, I don't think there is age bracket to make money. Okay. You can make money from whether you are 100 years. Anytime you start, is your time to start. So there's no time limit. There's no age bracket that says, okay, just people within the age of 20 to 55 years that has to make money. If you're above 55 years, don't even bother. It's not done. Most important thing is, are you teachable? You know, it's not everybody. Some people say, this online thing, I beg. Those kind of people, even if you teach them, you break their brain, put it will not work, because they have already settled in their mind that they cannot. So when you say you cannot, my sister, you cannot, it's as simple as that. There's this lady that is under my coaching program right now. She's a grandma. But you see this woman, I envy, I'll be like, Mommy, I'll be like you when I grow up. That's what I used to tell her. She's everywhere. A grandmother, the sons are doing well. It's not like she's lacking money, but she feels that she has, her confidence comes from those doing, those movement. And one, you are helping your mental health when you are busy. You are sound. You are not the type that gets sick. Like me, I don't even know the last time I went to the hospital. Because my brain is active 24/7. I am sound. I am energy. And my energy no day here. So I said it's not about age. It's about still the same mindset thing. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you cannot, nobody can help you.
Okay.
That's the truth.
So I think your second question was the future of Value Mama.
So the future of Value Mama is to start coming up with conference, workshops. I'm trying to see if I can set up something in Enugu here for physical meeting. Most of our trainings has been online. You understand? So where we can gather women and train them on different online businesses they can start. You understand? And I believe God will help me to start reaching out to churches, maybe doing one of free trainings to different churches. You get it? So because that's the easiest place you can get women. And it's important they all understand the place of making their own money, not our husband's money. I told myself, I want to get a land that I will, when my children will grow up, they'll say, this is your mommy's land, not your daddy. You'll get that part.
Yeah.
I want to have a property that I will say, as my husband is telling the children, this is your, I will tell them, see your own too, your mommy bought this. So that's my mindset. I want to have my own money, not my husband's money, not the family money. So it starts from you. And I used to say, if at this my age, I don't do all these things, is it when I'm 100 years that I will start? So no time is late. You can start now. And Value Mama Academy is there to help every woman to start.
Okay, so how do we reach out to you?
Okay, we have a website, valuemamaacademy.com, though we are still putting 1 or 2 things. I'm also social media, Goodness AZG1ma.
Okay.
I'm there.
All right,
thank
you
you just
so much.
hashtag Value Mama, you see me.
You see, nice. Thank you so much.
Very well. That
Yeah, she has a, I mean.
Very important.
Thank you so much. This conversation has been quite insightful and there's a lot that has been revealed. I mean, Ogochukwu, one of these days, we'll visit Value Mama, of course, so that we can, get some value. Thank you so much.
I'm happy.
Okay, that was Mrs. Goodness AZG1ma, the CEO and founder of Value Mama Limited, a business coach and a trainer. If you want to reach out to her, just go on socials and look for Goodness AZG1ma, or you simply use the hashtag Value Mama and you'll find her. Up next on the AM Weekend Show is our trip to the gym. I and Ogochukwu, we visited the gym with Coach Peter. I mean, he was putting us through some workout routines, and I'd like you to join us and work out so that you can exercise your body while we exercise our minds as well. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're welcome to our fitness segment on the AM Weekend Show. We're right here at All Hills Gym with Coach Peter, who is going to be teaching us everything we need to know about today's workout. I hope you're ready. Take your position because I'm ready. How you doing?
Fine.
Been a while.
Yeah. Good morning.
So what do you have for us today?
Okay, today we have aerobics.
Aerobics?
Yes.
Hope it's easy.
Yeah, of course. Why?
Okay, what are aerobics really?
Aerobics is a cardiovascular exercise, and this helps the heart to strengthen the heart and to help you to reduce, and it reduces the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, liver issues, and all, and every other terminal disease that you think of. So this is what aerobic does, and it strengthens the muscle as well. Okay. And it strengthens the bones. So aerobics is generally good for workout. Like for any workout enthusiast is recommended for weight loss. The primary weight
loss as well.
Weight loss. That's the primary advantage. There's a benefit to it. Let's go. So we are going according to the beat now.
Okay.
Go. Let's go. 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 Just watch me. Go. 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 Just move your body. Go. 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 Let's go. Watch. Punch. Punch. Go. Punch. Go. Punch. So we're going to punch like 10.
Okay.
9. On my count. 8. Punch. 7. Punch. 8. Go. 9. Go. 10. Let's go. Come back. Go. 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 Go.
We're literally dancing.
Go. Yes. Go. You're going according to the beat. Go.
Okay.
Go. 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 1, 2, 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 let's go. 1, 2, go.
We touch our feet.
You have to touch. Good. Good. If you don't want to touch, like, it's not an
compulsory.
Yeah, compulsory. Yeah. Let's go. Good. Then for our viewers out there, you can do this in the comfort of your home, somewhere around your office. It's not difficult.
Okay.
Good. Good. Let's go. I'm counting. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 5, go. 6, go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's step it down. Let's go. Good. 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 High knees. Let's go. Good. 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 Are you ready? 1, 2, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Watch me. 7, 8, 9, 10. High knees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Let's go. Catch your breath. Good. Good. There's something we do. We say active rest.
Active rest.
Instead of stopping entirely, you just have to. You have to be busy, but you're resting. You're trying to catch your breath. Good. Go. 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 Let's go. 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 Good. Watch me. Watch me. Over your head. Go. Now, you're engaging every part of your body. You're engaging every part of the body. Yeah. Your upper body, your heart, everything is at work now. Let's go. Good. 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 Go. 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 Let's go. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We drop. We go. 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 Let's go. Good. 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 Go. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step back. 1, 2. Let's go. 1. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Watch me. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dear viewers, it's not difficult. You can do it on your own. Just find the whatever that gives you motivation. It's just something that you have to keep moving. Just move your body according to the beat. Just in line with the beat, you have to move your body. Even if you can just do like this for some minutes, just move your body and make sure that you're engaging every part of your body while you're doing this, okay? Let's go.
Okay.
Go, 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 go. Good, 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 good. You put down, go, go. I'm counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good.
Okay. Do we have more?
Yeah. So now, the reason why we count is, sometimes the mind wants something to hold on to. Okay. You understand? So that's why we do count, and for you to know, like, okay, I'm supposed to stop at this, like, have a target at this point. So let's go. Jumping jacks. Go.
But you come going back
Go.
to the previous routine.
Go. go, 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 go. Now, when you keep doing this thing, when you do when you do it for like months, when you do it subsequent months, you don't even, you might not even know that you're actually doing something until after 2-3 months, you will see definitely see yourself going down. And when you start losing weight, on its inside. Is how you feel on your inside determines how you're going to feel on the outside when you keep doing it. So first of all, you will start feeling light on your inside. Then when you keep doing it, months to come, you see yourself going down, and not just going down and you stop exercising. You have to watch what you eat, and
Okay, but I want to ask something. Seeing that these routines are quite simple compared to the other ones that we've been doing, are they effective? Because all I've heard about weight loss routines is that it's very, very, stressful. It's something that you have to. I mean, are we doing beginner's class? 101.
In the fitness world, we have strength training. We have high intense interval training. That's HIIT. Okay. We have anaerobic exercise. We have aerobics. So aerobics has to do with something that you do without any equipment, just body weight, then dancing according to the beat of a song. Okay. Then anaerobic is something when you have to lift weight. Strength training, interval trainings. Interval training when you do multiple trainings, multiple different kind of exercise at one pace. Okay. Let's say you do like you bench, you move, you go and call your hand. Within let's say you're doing for like a minute, so you have to just do this one, you have to rush to do this one. Okay. So that's the interval training.
So are we saying that whether a routine is stressful or not, it has the capacity of making you lose weight?
Yes, whether it's stressful or not, the most important thing is you're putting in work. That's one thing people don't know. Somebody might just come to the gym and just give them a program like they'll say, coach, I'm not even feeling this thing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Even if you're not feeling, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Maybe in your mind you're not feeling anything. Or try to increase the volume.
Consistency.
Yeah, the volume, the intensity of the exercise. Let's say you're doing chest workout and you're just doing 10 lifts. 10 lifts, maybe when you've done it for like 1 month, you have to change.
Increase.
You have to increase. Okay. And you start feeling it more. Okay. So, the viewers out there, you have to keep working out.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Whether you feel it or not, it's working. It's working. Do we have any other one?
No, for now.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, we're done.
Yeah.
So no one for the rest.
No.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, viewer. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the much that we can take today on this fitness segment. But we'll be back next week. We'll be back every other week, giving you all the routines that you need to stay healthy on the AM Weekend Show. My name is Divine Onoha, and I'm also here with
Ogochukwu Osai.
See you next week. You're welcome back to the AM Weekend Show. My name is Divine Onoha. I'm still here with my guy, Ogochukwu Osai. I saw what you did at the gym.
I promise you that's not me.
Shame wear me clothes like this.
Tie my eyes.
see the way I'm laughing at you as if I did better.
Yeah, we are learning.
I did better. I did better.
Some segments.
Agree.
For some segments.
Yes, truth.
You did better some segments.
It's truth.
For some segments, I topped.
You thought?
Yes.
We have witnesses in the studio.
Let's not move on.
We have witnesses. Anyways, this is your reminder to try and keep fit. Eat healthy, but keep fit. You see how simple those routines where you can do it at home. You can, always just try to stay healthy. It will help you. It will help your mind. It will help your body. But away from our body, away from fitness, away from healthy living, we have something very juicy to talk about. I will be delving into the world of AI. We'll be looking at the impact of AI in our education sector. We want to check if it's harmful or helpful. And joining us to have that conversation is Mr. Chibuike Agwene, who is the CEO of Build Up AI. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
You look dashing, by the way.
Thank you.
Is this what you AI gurus wear?
No, we wear jeans.
You wear jeans?
T-shirts.
Oh, that's
yes.
true. So why are you on Senator today?
Maybe to represent the culture Okay. A bit, yes.
Nice.
Okay, just so you don't make us feel,
yes.
sometimes
you would not be
AI
asking, who is this guy that just walked in here with jeans and t-shirts? Huh?
Yeah. But it's cool though.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be getting into the conversation. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. It has influenced a lot of things. Influenced learning process, influenced teaching, influenced a whole lot of things, influenced business. Every day we keep seeing new dimensions, new layers. And amidst all these promises, beyond all these promises that AI is giving, is it really helpful or harmful if we're taking a look at it critically, especially, you know, in the education sector, which happens to be our focus today? So to, you know, start that conversation, I'd like us to, let me ask this question first. Would you say that AI has encouraged students to learn? Because we've had this conversation severally. People are saying that, I mean, there was this whole thing about AI taking over. And then, since we're focusing on education now, there's this whole thing about students getting lazy. You know, they don't want to study anymore. They don't want to do anything anymore. I'm sure you're ready for that question. Let me hear what you think about it.
Okay, thank you once again for having me. First of all, it's beyond helpful in terms of the impact of AI. Helpful is understatement. You know, the educational system, not just in Nigeria, but Africa, across Africa, needs total overhaul. Improvement will not work, and that kind of transformational impact that we need in the educational sector, AI is the only way that it can happen, right? So you asked a very insightful, the question you asked, very, very useful. And I think that has come up a lot anywhere the conversation about AI. For example, we need to interrogate what is really education before we can answer that question correctly.
Okay.
Yes. Is education gathering people together, giving them quiz and exams, and then they have to recall whatever you taught them earlier and then answer it? If that is what is education, then accessing additional information is now a threat. So that means you can say AI is going to make students lazy, they will have access to more information and all that. But if education is about gaining knowledge to make meaningful impact, not just in an organization where you work, but making impact in the community where you live, then access to more information is an asset. And that's what AI will help you to do. And beyond that, personalization. So we should stop looking at education from the point of view of exams, writing exams, because that's where the issue of when student becomes lazy comes up, right? Because people would now assume that instead of maybe recalling whatever was taught in the class, they would just use AI, search for information and all that. So we're talking about access to additional information, which is what AI enables people to do.
Okay.
So it's not going to make anybody lazy. AI will triple whatever capacity that we have as human beings, then X every capacity that we have, and then have meaningful impact across every sector. So for students, it's a game changer, because with AI now, you can have personalized learning. Okay. Personalized learning without AI is practically impossible, because students to teacher ratio is about 50 to 1. In some cases, maybe 30 to 1. And in that sense, you see that personalized learning is practically impossible. And without personalized learning, you can't have meaningful education, because some people are maybe slow-paced learners. That does not mean they are not smart. That does not mean they have learning disorder, right? It's just the question of they learn, they assimilate maybe a bit slower. Yeah. And then you talk about learning style. Some people learn through visual, auditory. There are different learning styles.
Which is not being put into consideration.
Which is not. So AI will help in terms of personalization, understand a student level of proficiency, understand learning pace, unique learning style, and then customize that learning solution. So it's going to help, and I think that is our best chance to actually match whatever that is being done, maybe in the United States or China. That is our best bet. So that any child anywhere in the world, in Africa or in Nigeria, whether in the village, irrespective of family income level, irrespective of family background or anything, can have access to quality education. That's what AI brings to the table. So I think it's going to do more than being helpful. It's going to transform the educational sector.
Now, that's quite insightful. You've actually explained the intentions of AI into the education sector. But sometimes it feels like AI has been abused to an extent with the way people use it. So that's where my concern is coming. With the way we use it here in this part of the world, maybe let me say, is it because we are not actually quite exposed to how do I put it? If we're actually not quite exposed to the ways of using it, now it now seems like we are abusing it. So do you think that we're actually abusing AI here in this part of the world? And what do you think we can do better to make sure that we use it? Because there is actually total dependence on AI. And it's to an extent where people don't actually reason on their own anymore. Everything is to send the normal letter you cannot sit down and think about writing something on your own. So what better ways can we actually start using AI for better results than being totally dependent on it, like we don't have our own brains?
Okay, thank you. I think, again, what does it mean to have our own brain, right? Because when the current educational system, when they designed it, I don't know the years, I don't know the date, there was no mobile phone. You don't have access to a device whereby you can have information at your fingertips. It was practically impossible. So it's like knowledge was scarce then, right? So that means that ability to recall is that you are the most intelligent person. So in that sense, because when anybody says, if you're accessing information, it's making you lazy. If you have access to information at your fingertips, it doesn't make you lazy. Let me give you a typical example. You know, in school now they ask you, what is biology, what is physics, all those kind of stuff. If you know the definition, and I don't know it, but I can ask the right question and have the answer, do you have advantage over me?
I think the issue is this. I like the angle you're coming from. It's very powerful, which is information at our fingertips.
Yes.
But the problem is, at what cost? Let me speak from a personal experience. Okay. Perhaps it will, buttress what she's trying to ask. Personally, when I started using AI, I realized something, and I don't know who I'm supposed to give this disclaimer to, or I don't know, but you AI people, sorry if this offends you, but I don't feel like AI is that brilliant. I'm sorry to say, I'm speaking from personal experience. Now, I'm trying to get something done, and I put in the prompts the way I know that it should be put. I don't do I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm very specific. I like what I want, so I describe very well. Make sure to add, please, in a non-AI tone. If it's something I need AI to do for me, I put the prompts in there and I send it. And these people, they will now send me one thing once. I will correct and correct and correct until I'm so frustrated, I'll carry my pen and write that thing by myself. So it now makes it, so all this time we're waiting was for what? I could have just used my head. And sometimes I'm quarreling with ChatGPT. I'm saying, see, I'm the one who ended up giving you the answer. And he's telling me, oh, sorry, you made a strong point. There are times that ChatGPT will send me something like this, and I'll figure out this statement is wrong, this sentence is wrong, and I'll point it out, and it will apologize to me. So there is dependence now, because me now, if I was not that dependent, I could have just sat down and crafted that thing by myself in the first place. And then there's the fact that it is not even trustworthy.
100%. You engage your brain. There's a place where she engaged her brain to actually factor when the AI is wrong and when the AI is not wrong. You understand?
Okay.
Now,
that's in my dealing. Exactly.
There are people who are completely dependent that just copy and go.
And go. Okay,
so how do we manage this situation?
I love this conversation. The first thing I will say is this. The AI that you've been using is not designed specifically for a particular purpose. For a sector. I'll give a typical example. We just unveiled Build Up AI, primarily for education. It's the most, it's the most intelligent, I dare say, the most intelligent, super intelligent AI personality. This is designed, I just want to use that to analyze the exam. This is designed for the educational sector, right? If you go to this generic AI and ask them question about maybe quadratic equation, what they're asking in school, you might experience that. You might, right? But this one has been trained specifically. Yes,
okay.
it has been trained, and we continue to train it, and continuously. What is the implication of that? It will now solve that specific problem, right? So what many people are using is generic AI that is available, right?
Okay.
And they want to solve specific problems, sector-related problem, or problem that is related to a particular industry that the AI has not been trained on, right?
Okay.
Because you are not the one that made it. You are not the one that built it. They didn't have you in mind when they built it. They want to solve a particular problem in their area, and they built it, and then made it available to everybody. So what we have done as an organization, as an AI startup, is to personalize AI for African context, right? Particularly educational sector. That solves that. But coming back to the issue of dependency. Now, the brain, what is using the brain? Is it in terms of just recalling or asking the right question? For example, we went to school. Did they train us on how to ask the right question? Were you trained in the university on ability to ask the right question? I was not trained.
I wasn't either.
I had to an extent in primary school.
Okay,
yes,
because I studied journalism, there was a bit of that.
Yes, because I dare say that the intelligence of the future will not be who can recall the most. It will be the people that can ask the right question. In AI, it is called prompt engineering. There's a course now on prompt engineering.
Very
important. Yes, very important. Whereby you understand how to communicate with the AI. So using natural language. So in English, you can communicate effectively, ask the right question, and you get the right answer. And we're not trained for that, right? We're trained to recall. And then we now mistake the brain that your ability to recall makes you intelligent. That's where your brain functions, right? Is that really the way where our brain performs the task? When we are recalling, or when we can imagine things and ask the right question and seek answers, right? So for us, I'm telling you, the intelligence, people that are intelligent, 5-10 years from now, or even 3 years from now, is going to be the people that will ask the right question. Because all the information that, let's just be practical now.
I'm curious again.
Let's just be practical now.
This man is headed somewhere.
Yes, let's just be practical now. Tell me anywhere, whether primary school, secondary school, anywhere, anything they will teach somebody that you can't access online. Then what's the essence of that again? If the information. So that means that intelligence, we have to rethink what is education. We have to rethink what it means to be intelligent, because all this information are now available. If they are available, why should I stress myself to recall them?
Okay. Go on. No, you've touched certain things that are so powerful, and I must give it to you.
Thank you.
Especially when you talked about intelligence being the ability to ask the right question. That struck me really, because I'm going to be honest, sometimes now when I'm communicating with AI, I realize that the way it is, I'm prompting it, it's prompting me.
Yes.
As you're giving me those bad results, I am rethinking as well. I'm firing you back. I'm shaping the way I'm communicating with you. So it now makes me realize that sometimes when I want to feel guilty, I'm like, no, I can't feel guilty of using this, because the way I used it is not the way someone else used it. The way I communicated this thing, the way my mind was working when I was talking to it is different from the way someone else would have done it. So that gives me satisfaction. So it makes me feel, okay, you can use it. In fact, the way you use it is what determines whether you are intelligent or not.
Thank you.
I have proofs. Because this time, this lady sent me something, and as soon as I read it, and I have this thing that irks me when I read an AI-generated content, and I'm able to figure it. I mean, it's just so irky. So I took that same topic, and I went on AI, and I wrote, do this for me differently, and it submitted. What it submitted, I didn't need to edit. I just sent it to her. She said, wow, you did this. I did not do it. I did the same thing you did, and I got this result. So that is brilliant, I admit. But this dependency thing, you've not really touched it well. You know why?
Yes.
So when your phone is not with you, what will you do? When your phone is not with you.
That's a good question.
being the person that assesses the information, that asks the right question.
Yes.
Now it comes to a situation where it feels like your brain is now lazy because you know that
you don't want to. You don't want to
think. You will not think again. You know that you just have to prompt. You get the information. Now you're not reading the information to know the information. You know that tomorrow, if you need that information, you can still prompt and get back that information.
Yes.
So the fact that we are no longer really thinking,
it's not
engaging our brain anymore.
Engaging our brain, yeah.
I use AI very well. I do a lot of things with AI. The one I use, I've actually trained it to the point that it writes like me. So once I give an instruction or want something, it gives me exactly the way I write. So I don't have to do a lot of editing and all those things. But I feel like it's because I get my brain to an extent with it. That's why it can actually give me exactly what I want.
That's right, answering the right question. You are confirming what I said. You are confirming what I just said.
Well, now do you see what the problem is, which is what I've mentioned it before.
Okay.
The fact that sometimes, number one, after prompting, after doing all those things, I figure out that I could have just sat down and thought about it. I feel like sometimes it's easier.
Why will you waste that time? Why don't you use it and do something else? That's the value of
the problem now
it.
is that, okay, one part of the problem is the fact that I feel like I have wasted time on that AI at that time.
Instead of doing
instead of doing it myself. So
let me
Then
answer.
Then the second thing now, which is that dependency thing.
Yes.
When you're
not with your phone,
it's not with you. Okay, let me ask you, what made you think that there will be phone 5 years from now?
We don't know. That's why we're saying we need to engage in our brain.
What made you think that you have anything called mobile phone as you have it now? You can be working and you have calls, you receive it, you are working and then you need a direction and you are seeing the map. You don't know that's where the world is going?
Is that healthy?
Okay. Yes.
Before we get to that, it's very simple.
Now what I'm saying, your phone is
I cannot do what I want to do right now.
In the same vein, if I ask you a question from SS1, will you be able to answer it? All the questions, what we are taught. Now, you know why? So you can't recall all of them, but with artificial intelligence, you can. It's not a question of who remembers it, whether it's your brain or a device. The most important thing is that you can access this. And that's why, see, let me tell you.
Now, where is the place of learning in those?
Thank you. Let me tell you, the honest truth. And I say this to my team. It appears that human race is on a reset, and we are yet to realize it. Artificial intelligence will rank as one of the most important discovery in the history of mankind.
No doubt, actually.
This is machine having ability to reason and think, and in some cases better than human. We're thinking of artificial general intelligence. We are not yet there. We are not yet there. Yes, artificial general intelligence. But so what does that mean? Human race needs to rethink what it means to be intelligent, what it means to learn. I can tell you authoritatively that the only advantage human has over AI as of today, ability to connect the dots. Emotion, AI can have empathy. Let me tell you, ability to connect the dots. Okay. Like you are thinking, you are making sense of if this, which AI is getting there. That is where we have advantage now. I'm thinking, it doesn't make sense to me that ability to recall stuff, I should stress myself trying to recall something when I can just have access to it.
So here's the thing.
Yes, we use that brain to think of something else.
Something briefly.
Yes.
This whole thinking thing and this intelligence thing, we're not just referring to recalling. There are some things that it's not like they've taught you before, but it's something that if you stayed by yourself, you could figure it out.
Because of the level of
you've
acquired knowledge.
It's not all about recalling. There's recalling. There's also your ability to
solve certain
innovative.
So what is bad in something helping you to do that?
No, we're not saying it's bad.
You know, I have
we're looking at
concern now.
Do you know, let me answer very well now. Do you know that one of the most important things, 24 hours in a day, you can't have more than that, right?
Okay.
So you are trying as much as you could to get your time back.
Okay.
So anything that will help you to get your time back is an asset.
Okay, true.
So instead of trying to overstrain your brain, recalling, trying to do, and you have something that can do that, why don't you now utilize it to do something else that requires critical thinking?
Now, here is my concern. I understand this, I will make use of this. But where is now the space of acquiring knowledge and learning? Since I know that anytime I need something, I can access this from. Where do I now learn? Where do I now acquire knowledge to help myself?
I think this one now lies in usage, because the act of acting AI is an act of learning. But it's you that now decides that you don't want to read through to learn. You just want to submit it immediately.
You understand? So this is what many people actually use AI for.
We're running out of time.
Answers, immediate questions.
I think we're going to have a part 2 of this conversation because we're running out of time. I have a lot of questions for you, but before we wrap up, because it's almost time. The show is almost up, honestly. So we can't really continue, but let's talk about Build Up briefly. With what I have studied about Build Up, it's supposed to be like a super intelligent tutor for every child.
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
It is not supposed to be.
Okay.
Yes. It is a super intelligent AI personal tutor, first of its kind ever built. Build Up AI can think independently, reason. It can assess a student level of proficiency, pace, and unique learning style. And use that knowledge to create personalized learning solution for the child. You know what? The best way to imagine it is imagine having the world's best teacher, and then assigning them to students on a 1-to-1 ratio. Yes, just a student per the best teacher in the world. Ordinarily, this is an impossible thing to do. You will need more than 500 million new trained teachers to achieve that. But we've done that with Build Up AI. You don't need 500 million new teachers. You just need Build Up AI. And every child will have access to the best tutor. Even parents that are not educated from underserved communities can use Build Up, interact the way they can talk to their neighbors, and Build Up AI will do magic for their children.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time.
So I have just this last question. Is there a specific age? Because we were talking about children. Does it also apply to university students? Can they make use of it in their higher learning?
Okay. So the pilot run that we just released is for secondary school, JS1 to SS3. We are working on the one for both primary school and university currently. So we'll be releasing that very shortly.
Okay. I mean, I still have a lot. We still have a lot, actually. So I'm thinking we're going to have a part 2 because there are various areas to explore. Like, we'd like to know the place of human teachers if we have such a powerful system now working, and a whole lot of things to really look at. Even the emotion thing that we're talking about, the place for contacts. You know, I mean, there's a lot. We'll have to schedule for a continuation of this particular conversation. But this has been powerful so far. I like your bigger.
No, I enjoyed the conversation.
And aside the question we've been, asking, I strongly believe in AI. I love what AI is doing. I love what you guys are doing. It's quite amazing. And I think one thing I've picked from this conversation, one of the things that really answers most of the question was when he said that it's about getting these AIs to focus on specific niches or specific sectors. I think that makes a lot of sense. It will, reduce all this asking and
but I have an experience actually. Just like I said, I use AI a lot, and I've tried to use specific AIs for specific things, and it ends up not giving me exactly what I want. When I go back to generic one, I get what I want.
Perhaps those
do you have a teenager? If you have someone that maybe fall within JS1 to SS3, let them use Build Up AI. You will have a different experience.
I'm going to test
Okay, we're going to try Build Up AI so that when we'll have our next conversation, we'll have more. We'll have more to say.
Argue with.
But it's been interesting. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was Mr. Chibuike Agwene, the CEO Build Up AI. And of course, if you want to get in touch with the app, how are they supposed to do it?
Yes, Build Up AI on every social media, and of course, buildup.ai.
Buildup.ai.
Yes.
Okay, that's how to access it.
Build Up, BILDUP.ai. .ai. So build, there's no U in build.
It's not build, it's build.
Build, yes.
So
build,
I want to download it now.
Yes, we have currently our private beta phase. So limited users, you can go to the website and request for access. So once we give you access, you can access it. So we've started onboarding schools. So we've just onboarded the school last week, and this next coming week, we're going to onboard many schools.
Okay, amazing. We love this. We love this for the Southeast. We love this for you. We love this for Nigeria. Thank you one more time for joining us. And to you, viewer, thank you for sticking with us throughout this show. I mean, it's been a very exhaustive one. We've touched almost every aspect of life entirely. From our newspaper review to our trips around the region to conversation about business and, financial empowerment. And now we have just wrapped up with this very powerful conversation on AI. And of course, we promise more. We promise to do more next week. We promise to do more every Saturday, as long as you stay tuned to Afia TV. My name is Divine Onoha, and it's bye from here.
And my name is Ogochukwu Osai. See you next week.
Hey ladies, join us on Gyna Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breastfeeding. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show upon here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along. I did sing.
For real?
You're not a backup singer.
I said they do that. Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owners, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and...
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Join us on Gyna Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breastfeeding. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show upon here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did sing.
For real? You're not a backup singer.
I said do that.
Time check is 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibe and vibes of AfriaTV.com.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owners, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and...
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Join us on Gyno Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254, and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breast size. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did sing.
For real? You're not a backup singer.
I said do that.
Welcome to another beautiful Saturday morning right here on Afia TV, and this is the Afia Sports Show. As always, bring back to you live here from Afia TV every Saturday by 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And I am your host for today, the Prince of Football, Emeka Madoka, aka Femelo, and I'm not doing this alone. I'm here with the man that thinks he's him, KP.
I think it has been proven over time.